Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 10, season 10 of Rebuilding Coventry City. As always, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. You're an absolute legend. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you are new, and if you really want to help me out and be a super legend, a hero, a god amongst men, you can always pledge to my Patreon. You'll find a link to that and everything else down below. Right, season 10, big season. We had a great season last year. We finished third after being top for most of it. Got knocked out of everything else. I think it was quarterfinals of the Europa League. We got knocked out straight away. The Carabao Cup, FA Cup. I think Arsenal did us again. I think off the top of my head. But yeah, this is going to be a big year because we've got Champions League. We finished top 3, which is amazing. Bit more money, and I really wanted to kick on this year. I wanted to really challenge, and it was a lot of fun to play. Was it a success? You never know. Definitely fun to play. So let's get into it. Now, I did have a busy summer, especially with my outs, and I'm blocking my ins for a reason because I don't want to spoil it for you. I just want to quickly talk about my outs. Now, Dario Cahill was my backup defensive midfielder. He's gone this year for, a good amount of money. Cashed in on him because he never really got in my team. So bye-bye to him. Other big players to go. He was in my first team squad, didn't really make it. Last year he was loaned out, so we made a bit of profit off him. Eddie's finally left. I mean, he was great when he first come. 29 years old, he's not really at Coventry City levels anymore. And you'll see Scott Marshall, the goalkeeper. I know he's Scotland's number 1. He's been my goalkeeper for a long time. But I felt that was a position I needed to upgrade. And I think we have upgraded. So that's quite exciting. So I know a lot of these. Do you want to keep showing you? Picked up a lot of random threes. They're okay. We'll see how they go. They're like 3-star players. All on a free. I might have had them in my youth team for a year or two. They've been loaned out maybe to a club here and there. And I've cashed in, made some money. But now it's time to show you who we've brought in. And I've spent 63 million, you can see that. So what have I spent it on? First we've brought in Rolly. He's 20 years old. He's cost me a freaking arm and a leg and a bollock because he is fantastic. Great young player, super kick-ass, wonder kid, left-footed. Perfect. Now we needed a central midfielder. I feel like we needed a bit more quality, and Marcus Miller was up for sale at Wolves because he wanted to leave Wolves, and obviously we're now Champions League, so it was an easy deal to do. And we got him for a good price. His value shot up now. He's come to us, which is great, and I think he could be brilliant. He's young, he's English. He's the next Tom Holcroft. I find it quite hard to find wonder kid goalkeepers, so when I do find one, I want them. And we've brought this kid in from Lille. And he had a minimum fee release clause, and he's fantastic. But I didn't want to go down that route of, I've just got rid of Scotland's number 1. He was a very good all-rounded goalkeeper. I didn't want to bring in a young lad with no experience just because he's a wonder kid. This one's one for the future. I wanted to do something I don't know they're doing. That's bringing someone with experience. And when I saw this guy up for sale, because apparently he's too old, maybe he is, I looked at him and I thought, I'll still spend that on you. And I spent 15 million on this guy. He's got so much experience, and I brought him in mainly to be my number 1 this year's defo, and so this kid can learn off him. Check this out. I've signed Ante Allison from Liverpool. I think he's fantastic. He's still a world-class goalkeeper. At Liverpool, though, they've got some kick-ass regen. They've got some kick-ass young regen. And Allison was in the reserves, or the under-23s, up for sale. I know he's 35. And he's got the same name as my auntie. But I still think he is top notch. Top notch. This kid is going to freaking command my defence. He's going to sort them all out. He's going to be pulling off saves all over the place. He's experienced. I mean, how many titles has he won with Liverpool? Eh? Now he's coming to us. This is... I very rarely buy old players, but this is definitely worth it. So you can see, got a bargain wonder kid goalkeeper for 3.5. Allison for 12.5. I said 15. I think I first put in 15 and my board said no. I mean, they're doing a deal. I had to cancel it and go back in with 12.5. Have we done that yet? Sometimes your board will say no. We think 12.5 is a max. And you can argue, and sometimes they'll agree, and sometimes they won't. Well, they didn't. So we've gone back in, 12.5, done the deal, fine. 40 million in total for Miller, and then 48.5 for my defender. But I think that defender is ready. 20-year-old wonder kid from Belgium. He's ready. So you know this team. Come on, you do. There's not been major changes, really. We've got Allison in goal with the wonder kid behind him. We've got a great left back, great right back, great centre halves. Do you know what I mean? Super excited. Alan right, defensive midfield. We've got Smith and Miller. Rousset as well from last year. Good young French lad I brought in. Great wingers now. Heyer and Sommer in their second seasons. And then obviously we've got the wonder kid striker from last year, and Terry Cox still. So not only does this squad know each other, it's well settled. I think I've added some key pieces here, and I think not only will we spend a lot of the season at the top of the league, I think we've got a great chance of winning it. I really, really do, because we could have done it last year. Financially, the club's in a decent place. I mean, I'm overspending on wages, but maybe I can change that, putting that 8.7 million back into the wages. But each year now we're losing money, and I'm starting to spend to try and be successful. I've just got to think about this for the future. Do I keep doing that, or is it all going to go tits up? You know what I mean? Can't keep overspending, because we are not a massive club. Low on commercials, low on everything compared to the big boys. We just don't get that financial backing, you know. But obviously, the good thing is stadium's maxed. Can't do anything else with that. Training facilities are maxed, so you know when it comes to pumping money into that part of the club, I don't need to. I just feel like hopefully I've got a good young team now. If I can start being successful with this team, they more than likely won't want to leave to go to bigger clubs. They'll stay, which means I can then spend less and less each year, because this team's just going to grow together and keep winning, hopefully. So these are the expectations from the board, and the Premier League's actually kicked off at this point. I think we're the only team left to play, and we're playing West Brom. So I'm going, Dario Kale, he's got West Brom, going straight up against him. He's an alright player. I think I did pretty well. I get 17 million for him, to be fair. Champions League, they just want me to reach the first knockout round. I'm not sure about that. Again, I think would going into the Europa League be that bad? Good team, might have a chance of winning that. We'll have to wait and see. FA Cup, Carabao Cup again. I probably won't take it too seriously just yet. Now, what's been interesting this year was the merry-go-round at the top. You know, sometimes a manager can leave or get sacked, and it starts a domino effect. I was offered a couple of big jobs. I was offered Barcelona, which I found amazing. Again, if this was just a personal save, I might have had a go at that. Just have a bit of a turn it into a bit of a journeyman, but it's all about Coventry. And I can't believe I'm on 10 bloody seasons with Coventry, but it's been fun, man. It's definitely helping pass the time in isolation. But seventh. We noticed Holcroft's in the middle. Bastard. I have managed to tweak my staff. I've given out mega deals to everyone. I've extended everyone's contracts. Because we have been fighting with United recently. It's been fluctuating, especially goalkeeping coaching, going up and down as to who's got the best, but we've got the best now. We're the best of the best. Scouting team's getting better, but wow, man, I've got 15 scouts and they're all top notch, but Liverpool and United still just that little bit better than me. So pre-season went perfect. Can't lie, it was amazing. Went out to the States and we stayed on the East Coast. So we did New York, went to Washington, went to Boston, and then Philly. All great games. Good chance to some of my players. Allison, I don't know why, I just feel like I've got this goalkeeper who's 35. He's gold, I know, but I just feel like he's a beast. He just commands it already. I feel like secure, and I always feel like you need to build from the back, and I think we can do that this year. And then our French connection, our affiliate in France, offered us a testimonial game for one of their players, so we obliged, and it all went perfect. Now, one thing I'm hoping for this year is my two wingers. We spent big on our wingers last year. It's been an issue for me ever since we was at Coventry. We've had guys who punched above the weight, and we brought in the Danish lad and Dutch lad. It didn't really progress. It didn't really work out for me. And then last year, obviously, we spent massive. One on Peter Heyer on the right wing, and on Roberto Sommer on the left wing. And I'm hoping that this is one of them years, similar to on my journeyman with certain clubs, like at Besiktas. I've had players who've come in and needed a year to settle. Now, they were good, but they were also having knocks and injuries and stuff like that. Struggling to get back to fitness, things things that just get on your tits. So I'm hoping this year, if these two have a good year, because I trust my central midfielders, I trust my strikers, I know my back four now, they're pretty solid, great goalkeeper, world class. Them wingers can stay fit and play in all the big games. I really believe we'd be freaking unstoppable. So honestly, I couldn't wait to get started. You might see our first few games. First two, I want 6 points. And we've got Everton, United, Southampton. Excited. United's a big test at home. So let's do it. Let's jump forward to January the 1st. See what's going on. Well, again, and I mean, I B-team it, but sometimes I B-team this cup, the Carabao Cup, and I'm running it again this year. We're out straight away, but this might help us in the more important tournaments. It was Man City, who I don't think really B-teamed it. I was giving guys, I mean, I believe in all them players. They're all good players. They're just the guys who aren't playing as much. I mean, B-teamed it-ish. Alisson played because obviously he had to. We battered him. They just had their defence was on fire. And whoever that guy is who scored their goal was awesome. Got man of the match. It's just one of them random games. I still think we should have been beating these. So it is disappointing. It makes you worry. Have I actually got any strength in depth? But when I look at all them players, I know they're all good. Just disappointing, man. Look at my wingers. Top of the range wingers. I had to bring them off. So could we redeem ourselves in the Champions League? Well, yeah, we did all right. We're qualified. That's the big thing. Again, would I argue? Would it be bad? Would it have been bad to be third and maybe go on a really good Europa League run with this team of mine? But it is what it is. Maybe, we're going for the money. We had Borussia Dortmund in it, and when I saw the group, I thought we should be coming top or second, really. Salzburg, decent team. Keep your eye out for them. Copenhagen. Yeah, should be battling them. So let's just have a look at some of the results. We didn't draw any, but we lost both our games to Dortmund. And we won all the others. So we're second, which sometimes means you're going to get a really tough team, but it doesn't always work out like that. Or it does. From Dortmund, if Dortmund can beat us twice, then these are going to beat us, aren't they? Bayern Munich. Oh my God, we've got Ruben Neves vice captain. But there's many things to be cheerful for because we are again, like we were at this point last year, top of the Premier League. Played 20, won 15, drawn 3 and lost 2 at this point. I'll show you who we've lost to. Arsenal. Hey, Arsenal. But you didn't see United on there, did you? Check that out. But we've got no one here. No one here. Soma is doing a job for us there. So yeah, top of the league. But I think we're a better team this year. But we were top of the league at this point last year, weren't we? So you never know. It's a good league. Quite competitive. Yeah, let's see what the stats are. Chuffed to bits for this. Not changing my tactic in years. It's just players improving the quality and they get to know each other. That back four of mine now. Armstrong and the guy can never say his name, and Delaney at left back, and you know, Tommy Shelby Johnson at right back. You know, they know it, but it's not just that, it's the goalie. I think someone said in the comments in the last episode, I think if you've got a top goalie, it'd make all the difference. And I think they were right. I really believe in Scott Marshall. He just hit a wall and he's a Scottish international and all that, but I just wanted that. You know, if you've got to be a top side in the Premier League, you need a world-class goalkeeper. Scoring goals though could be better. Could always be better. Could always score more goals, but yeah, 5th. Not bad. Leicester, such a good team on this game. And these are the results. We started brilliantly. Well, beating Man United 3-1 was fantastic. Didn't get beat to Wolves. Beat Liverpool. Beat Tottenham, the champions. Beat Chelsea and City. Check that out. You know what I mean? You start to think we are awesome. You know, getting beat off Arsenal, a bit of our bogey team. We've had many battles with Arsenal. They usually win more than we do. Yeah, they win a lot more than we do, don't they? The ones we've won is we beat them in the Premier League once and we knocked them out of the FA Cup. Was that the year we went on to win it? I think it was, wasn't it, when we knocked them out of the semi? But that was also the year they beat us in the Europa League final. They knocked us out of the FA Cup. Yeah, they are a tough team. I mean, I've had great results against United, good against City, some against Chelsea and Spurs, but Arsenal, definitely our rival, definitely our bogey team at the top. This is a squad arranged by average rating. You see we've got a few reds. Sommer's out for the next game. Dino is the guy I said I couldn't mention his name before. And Marcus Miller there coming back very soon. It's Shelby Johnson. Not only is he my best player, he's been fantastic this year. He's out for 3 months. Great backup in Park. Dongwoo Park, don't forget him. The English lad who's half Korean. Very good right back. Got him right bargain pickup. He's a wonder kid now. Don't know how, because I'm pretty sure he wasn't when we signed him. Does fluctuate that. I mean, my striker, where's his name? Ayamoa, what his name is, Amoa, Isaac. Now he's a wonder kid. I think he was a wonder kid when I signed him, and then at points last year he wasn't a wonder kid, and now he's a wonder kid. So it definitely fluctuates that, doesn't it? But yeah, this is the squad arranged by average rating. Some really good guys here. the usual crew. Terry Crocs. Sucks. He's doing alright. Can't really grumble. I'm quite happy. Assist wise, again, we're doing alright. If we go back to average rating, it was my wingers are what I was worried about. Sommer is absolutely fantastic. It's Peter Heyer. Now it's halfway, but I thought I'd show you this. I wanted to show you our standing within world football because it has been obviously on the rise. I'm hoping to get it even higher this year. But that's us there. You'll see us highlighted. You might not be able to see our name because of me in the way. And there's some awesome clubs above us, but there's some clubs I think we're better than now. We're just playing catch up, aren't we? So then, let's jump forward to April. Let's just see how we got on, eh? When we got the Premier League and the Champions League, can we stay at the top? Can we beat the mighty Bayern? Well, at home, yeah, 2-1, great game. My young wonderkid centre half and Roberto Sommer, a superstar left winger who also got man of the match, got us the goals. They scored in the 41st minute, but it was, forget possession. Look at the chances my team create. Terry Cox. Terry Cox. Hey, they put up more of a fight this time. 4-3 in aggregate, 2-2 on the night. Ruben Neves got man of the match. How old's Ruben Neves then? Bloody hell. Do you know what? Hey? I was absolutely buzzing with this. And then we got these. It's a Champions League, don't it? You got to expect big teams, but come on. Can I just have like one team? Do you know what I mean? Like Basel or something. Just in one round. I mean, we know them, and I think we can beat them. And they're not the team they were. And not only have we got to take confidence in the fact that we're still top of the league, by 12 points, by the way. Oh yeah, not lost a game since I last showed you. Liverpool is 7th. I'm just still looking at them up. 4 titles back to back. Then Chelsea won, and Liverpool came back, but they are definitely on the slide. They've lost Alisson. They're going down a new route. Van Dijk's gone. Salah. All their good players have got to like the mid-30s and are either gone or they've passed it. So we've got a great chance of beating them. They're not the team they were. Best defence. Love me goalie. At this point, we've got the best attack by a goal. We deserve to be top of the league. I could smell that trophy. Get them bloody white and sky blue ribbons ready. Now we beat Liverpool 2-1 in the league in the new year. And then again, we beat Tottenham. Drew with Arsenal. Battered West Brom. Obviously, we've not been beat. Beat Spank Norwich. Beat City again. I mean, we beat Leicester. We're beating teams we need to be beating, and we're beating the shit teams. Obviously, we dropped the odd point, but we're dropping the odd point to be 12 points clear with what? 6 games left. And I've got to play Chelsea United. But still, great chance of doing this. My squad doing well. Form, fantastic. Average ratings, fantastic. Some of the guys have got knocked. Shelby Johnson's still not back. I thought he would have been back by now. I've got the odd unhappy player because they're not playing, but it is what it is. Terry Cox, 21 goals. I'm happy with that. It's just, you know, I think I wanted to concentrate. I wanted to win the Premier League. I want to win a big trophy for this club. And I mean, I've probably got more chance of winning the Premier League than the Champions League. So I'm going to B-team the Champions League. But if I had to rest someone for a Premier League game over the Champions League, I was going to do that. I reckon we just jump forward now. Let's get straight to the business end of the season and see what I managed to do. Now then, when I left you, this was the last game we played in the league, and this shows you this game sometimes how funny and weird and just annoying this game can be. Now this is the last game. You saw us. We beat Norwich 6-0. Fantastic, right? I had 6 games left to play, and I was 12 points clear at the top. Right? We kind of bottle jobbed it last year. I thought I was going to bottle job it again. If I told you I didn't win any of them 6 games, I don't think you'd believe me because of how good we've been. Well, we didn't. I didn't win any. We got beat off Aston Villa and then got beat off Chelsea. Finally, we got a point at Old Trafford, Theatre of Dreams of all places. And then we drew with Everton. No offence, Everton, but Jesus, Southampton beat us. And then we got beat off Wolves. Now, I did say I had a plan, didn't I? Well, I might have changed my mind. You might have noticed it. If you've got a good eye for my players, you might have noticed that I changed my mind. I took a risk, really. I didn't think I was going to nearly balls it up completely. And I didn't, but I only won the league by 2 points. How do you go from 12 points to 2 in 6 games? Well, do it the Bood way. That's how you do it. Miller, though, and Sommer. I mean, Miller, this year, what a player, what a purchase from Wolves, who have nearly been relegated. No wonder he wanted to leave. Because now he's a champion, I'm a champion. I've put Coventry, look at that, Coventry above Spurs. Put Coventry on the top, man. 10 years it's took, and I've took them out of 2 divisions. And it's been a slow thing, this. This has been slow for me. I think I've done it the right way. I feel really proud. We've been edging. Last year got a bit closer. It's just like that, baby steps, and yeah, it was a great sense of achievement. Over to the quarterfinals now of the Champions League, and of course we had Liverpool. They're not the force they used to be, and you can see that still got Harry Kane playing for him, and he's like 39 million years old. He's like the last of the last. Look, Van Dijk, Ed, he's on the bench. I mean, they're having a moment of transition. In the return leg, we beat them, no issues at all. We were way the better team. Should have been a lot more, should have been way more. We drew Spurs, last year's champions, a team that's knocked me out of stuff in the past, and battered them. And I mean, I always say this, but what a time to turn up. Miller bagging 2 goals, man of the match, commanded the entire game. I thought he was going to be a good player. He's only 21, but he wanted a wonder kid, so I thought he's probably just nearly there. But he's better than a wonder kid. He's a superstar. Mr. Peter Heyer, we've had my doubts about again, but he showed he's got some class, and he absolutely tore it up on one of the biggest stages at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Fantastic. Troy Parrott, who was like the leading goal scorer in the Premier League. They've got Mbappe, remember, although I don't think he played in this game. I don't remember him playing. No, do you remember? I don't know if you've noticed that. Someone mentioned that in the comments. Tottenham got Mbappe last year, I think, or 2 years ago, and they've ended up winning the Premier League, so fair play. Don't know how they've got him, but they have. And before we look at anything, I just want to check this out as well, because someone noticed this and I have not noticed it. This is the FA Cup this year. Arsenal, they've won it. Fair play to Arsenal and arseholes. But have you seen the competition reputations for the Cup? Scotland's got the 3rd best. If you want to know who won this, Spurs did 2-0. So North London, domestically, cup-wise, have been amazing. And if you want to know who won the Europa League, well, Juventus did. And you're also probably wondering, why are you putting the freaking Champions League final off, dude? Because I like a bit of suspense. Maybe I'm putting it off because I don't want to remind myself that we got beat. Do you know what I mean? Well, before we do have a look, I just wanted to tell you, we play in the final Atletico Madrid, who've just finished 2nd, some way off Barcelona. Not much change after 10 years in La Liga. Now, I will openly admit I like him. I'm a United fan, but I do like him. On the game, since he left Liverpool, he went to Bayern for a couple of years, for about 3 years. Then he was at City for maybe 2, I think, and now he's at Atletico Madrid. A bit of pressure at City, probably didn't win the league, did he? So he got sacked. But he's very good, isn't he? I like him. But could have beat him. Damn right I did. But was it plain sailing? No, it wasn't. It was quite stressful. I can't lie. Now, we got an own goal early on, but there was bookings. I was worried. I had to make substitutions. I was a bit scared. It was very, very equal. He's got a pretty good team, but he always puts good teams together. Got a very good old goalkeeper himself. Then they scored in the 87th minute. Oh, Jesus. You're taking piss. But then, guess what? Roberto Sommer, 2 goals in injury time. And we're double winners. If you said that to me at the start of the season, I said we could win the freaking Premier League. Did I think when we got battered off Dortmund twice in the group stages of the Champions League, we were going to win the Champions League? No, I wouldn't. No. I would have freaking ate my hat, ate your hat. I would have ate your sweaty underpants that you've had on for 7 days of isolation. Do you know what I mean? But I'm glad we didn't make that bet because we did win it. It of course means we'll be in this next year. I was contemplating 10 years, double winners, perfect time to finish it. I think I'm going to play 1 more year, especially on YouTube. At least, just maybe 1 more year. I've got a great squad. It's young, apart from the goalkeeper, but he's still top quality. And I've got a wonder kid to back him up. And there's a few people miffed, but they've got contracts. No one's contract's running out. Maybe I could tweak it by a player or 2 max, but do I really, really need to? I don't think I do. I think we can go on and improve another year with age and win big things next year. Check that out. Premier League title and a European Cup gives you a right boost. We're bigger than Atletico, Spurs, Arsenal, Milan, Man City, Dortmund, Chelsea, Manchester United, Inter Milan. The list goes on. So there we have it. That's the end of episode 10, season 10. I did really want to round it off at that, and I really did contemplate it, but I was going to bring this video out the day before it's released and make it the day before it's released because I'd finished playing. but I thought I'd give it a day to think about it and just not touch it, and see if I was driven enough to pick it back up and play. And I want to today. I want to see what we can do now as a team, and try and do back-to-back titles and become world champs and beat Juventus, I think, was it? We've been playing them in the Super Cup, so I've got stuff to do. So I will say though, I think that probably will be the last season, so make sure you check it out, because it will be the end of the Rebuilding Coventry series. I feel like I need to do something new and fresh, so thank you as always for the support. Make sure you smash that like button. I hope you, your friends and your family are all safe. We're in this together. So from me and my family to you, I'm Bood. I'll see you next time.